Good morning, guys. It is 6:56 a.m. We have to get on the traditions bus at 8 a.m. Because it's Traditions Day. Now, last year I vlogged traditions. This year I decided I would do a little bit different, something a little different, and I'm going to do a get ready with me tradition style. I already brushed my teeth, and I already made my bed. So let's just get on with the day. So beside my picture of Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Holland, my traditions clothes already set up. So I'm going to change, and then I will get back here to do my makeup with you guys. Okay, so now we're in traditions clothes, and we're going to try getting ready. It's 7:03. I want to be ready by 7:20 so I can make some sort of lunch or snack or something to bring with me. Whether or not that'll actually happen hasn't been decided yet. But yeah. So I'm just putting on serums.
So I put that serum all over my face. It doesn't really matter where it gets into because of the collagen and the retinol in it, as long as it doesn't get into your eyes, because it is anti-aging and it does help the skin. I then move on to the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Protect Lotion with SPF 30. I used to use the Daily Moisturizer, however, I found that something with SPF in it is really beneficial in the Florida weather, especially because I'm now prone to getting burnt, so don't really want that. There was something in there, who knows. Next off, I'm going to be moving on to foundation. I use a Rimmel one in the shade, I want to say it's Natural Beige. Weird shade name, I know. I basically use the brush thing tip that's attached to it to put it all over my face, as you can see. And then I use a fluffy, well, not really fluffy anymore, brush to blend it out across my face. Because I prefer the airbrushed effect that using a brush has over the caked effect that a lot of beauty blenders end up having if you don't use it properly. It's easier for me especially to get that nice airbrush look if you use it, and it's more natural, and I find that it looks a lot better and stays on a lot longer than it would if I used a beauty blender. Now on to concealer. I again use a Rimmel concealer as well as a NYX one. The Rimmel one is in shade Light Fair, and the NYX one is in the shade, I want to say medium or beige. So it was too dark, basically I needed to mix the two of them together to get a look that wasn't too yellow or too white. The good news is it acts as some sort of highlight, so that way you can look brighter. So if you put it in the inner corners of the eyes like I'm doing right now and use a blender to buff it out, you're able to give your face a natural sort of highlighted parts because you're putting it on the high points of your face, as well as you're getting rid of any under eye circles that you may or may not have.
True as it can be. Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly.
The next step in any of my makeup routines is do your eyebrows. It's so much easier to do your eyebrows before you do your eyeshadow, because if you mess up your eyebrows, you can put concealer into shaping them out. So I use a mix of two different pomades. One's kind of old, which is why I'm starting to move towards the new one. But this one's one that came with the 3-2-1 brow set, that's the sponge-on one. I only use the powder. The sponge set's kind of annoying, and honestly, it made my eyebrows way too thick, so high school me, I apologize. On top of that, I use a bit of e.l.f., the new brow gel powder thing, and I use an e.l.f. brush to use and shape it out. I use microblades to do my eyebrows as well as plucking, but I don't do that very often. So you can see me now using that e.l.f. I put it mostly at the top and the bottom because it's thicker and it stays on way longer.
Friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change.
As you can see right now, my face is looking a little one-tone, so I'm going to be adding some bronzer. I'm using a Hoola Beauty in whatever the shade of the tester is, because I am cheap and broke. I also use Physicians Formula in a sun-kissed look, and the heart is cute. but that gives another natural effect because it's closer to my skin tone, so it kind of just blends in the two colors together, as well as it's a little more shimmery, so it looks a little more sun-kissed. Mwah! To keep my skin looking fresh, I am using a blush, a coral blush from Tarte, and I put that on the apples of my cheeks and I push it up to the upper cheekbones beside the eyes, as well as I put on some Becca highlight in the shade Vanilla. I usually don't go with vanilla, but I couldn't find my champagne pop, so vanilla was the way to go. And I'm using now a clean fluffy brush just to blend it all together because I didn't use a primer today, so it's not setting very well. Now on to eyeshadow. So eyeshadow, especially for Disney look, you want it to be neutral and something that isn't too bold. Disney look is all about that natural look, but I look terrible if I don't put any makeup on, which is why I made a makeup video to begin with. So I'm using a lot of light colors, lots of whites, lots of creams, lots of nudes, and I use my fingers to put them on the base of the eye because I find brushes don't always get what you want in terms of pigment, and then I use brushes to get the pigmentation for the creases because it's never always too dark. It's never that effective if you only put like a single layer on. So I'm using a medium to light brown on the crease, and then I'm going to be using some other shades of brown to kind of blend that in. And now I'm going to be putting in my NYX Brow Gel in the shade brown, as well as putting on some liquid eyeliner from Kat Von D. This one is ink liner and not the tattoo liner, which is what I usually use, specifically because when I went to go buy some more tattoo liner, I couldn't find any, so I was like, okay, next best thing. I prefer the tattoo liner over the inkwell just because I like that the tattoo liner is like all in one and you don't have to keep reapplying and redipping, which stresses me out. But you know, live and let live. Just setting it up with some Urban Decay setting spray and putting on some Better Than Sex mascara. And basically that's my makeup look. I honestly think it's very natural and no one said anything, so it definitely is Disney look. I think I also put some lipstick on, but I don't.
So I had about 11 corrupted video files, so we're just going to end the video here on this freeze frame of me in front of the Disney University sign, so that way I don't have to edit for another 7 hours and cry myself to sleep. Okay guys, have a great day. Bye!